Thank you for watching Highway 34 Connection. Today's podcast will begin shortly.
Your co-hosts are Chief streaming from Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook, along with Insidious streaming on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube, and the Ghost from Ghost MAF streaming on Twitch. Welcome to Highway 34 Connection, the The following podcasts are for mature audiences only, unscripted, unfiltered, and unedited as always. Pro Wrestling Talk, where we will sit down and we will discuss the world of professional wrestling. Conspiracy theories. Have a conspiracy you want us to talk about? Email us at highway34@gmail.com. Highway 34's History Lesson of the Week for World History. Talking Football, where we'll discuss the National Football League, the XFL, and the USFL. And the Honest 50, where the Chief will sit down with a guest and ask 50 questions, 25 from the Chief, 25 from their community. The Battle of Highway 34, the Trivia Show. Watch and listen as Ghost battles Insidious, or they battle the Chief. It is now time for your main event. Let's freaking go.
Right,
well, it's been a little while since all three of us were around.
Ain't that the truth?
Insidious is here. Somewhere.
Yeah, it's just one of those days. Everybody misses everybody.
We do?
Yeah.
Thanks to me. So, this is conspiracy theories, and means Chief brought this up. I will let him start this out, and I will fill in. So,
Go ahead. I'm reading an email about what I told you before it went live.
okay, he's reading an email of his new conspiracy theory,
Mm-hmm.
his real life conspiracy theory.
Oh. Does your wife know about that conspiracy theory?
Wow.
I'm just playing. You know, it's all good humor around here.
It is? Where?
Okay.
So, Chief brought up yesterday about the Idaho house being torn down.
Yes.
The reason for that decision. So, the reason for that decision was.
Before you continue, let's remind everyone, because you know what, and this is what kind of irks me about this whole thing, is that we're talking about the infamous murders that happened in Idaho, about a year ago, and this thing still hasn't gone to trial.
So they're still trying to dig up evidence on a guy that they think is guilty, and I'm sorry, but if you're still looking for evidence at this point, why is he still there?
If you're looking for evidence at this point, why in the heck did the house get torn down?
I will get to that. So the house was torn
Because
down.
the police and the FBI are stupid.
No, they said that they had all their information and they gave it back to the college because it did belong to the college. The college said that they tore it down due to the fact that it's the only way that they figured the community and the college community could move forward. So that was their decision.
And Chief, in all fairness, would you ever want to live in a home where people got murdered?
I mean, I could save. All right, I will say this to Ghost. There's a house here in Iowa. You might remember the Bonaparte murders, where the guy
that was a long time ago.
Where the son killed his sisters, his dad, and his mom for money. So they said, and believe it or not, this case was thrown out twice. If it would have been thrown out a third time, he wouldn't have been able to get pleaded again. The only thing they had on him was blood on a sock. Well, in his defense, he's the one that found this family. So, in my mind, I still don't believe he did it. That's just me. But that house was listed not even 6 months after, and it was put on the market for 120,000, and it sold.
Interesting.
Yeah. So the question is, would people live there? Yeah. I think the college didn't want the reminder.
I see.
But the problem is the reminder still stands because even if you put grass over it, it's still.
To me, it sounds like a cover up. Like the college is trying to cover something up with it, tearing it down so soon.
No, no, that's far fetched. I don't know if I could go.
Do you want? I actually want to play. I mean, I don't buy it, but let's play into Chief's theory there. That's an interesting conspiracy theory. Because
I don't know. That seems thin, very thin, like almost anorexic.
But with everything else that's been surrounding this case, are you really going to just throw it out so easily?
All right. Let's play into this. Motive.
Okay. Easy. What does all colleges like?
Money, fame, attention.
Bingo.
Publicity.
Exactly. Publicity, which leads to the others, money and fame.
But would they be that sickening to go that far?
I would hope not.
Well, okay, that's why I said this is kind of thin, but let's not.
But you're also talking about a world where priests do questionable things in the name of church, so
let's not bring that up.
Fair enough. Conspiracy for another day.
No, it ain't a conspiracy. It's stupid. And you know what? Fuck it. Let's switch gears for a second. You want to bring that? I want to.
Oh no, I do not want to bring it up.
No. This is a good point, and I'm kind of glad you did.
Son of a bitch.
So, 2018, 19, somewhere there, I tried to go back to college, and they had me in speech. So, speech. I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to go stand on the podium, learn how to talk in a bunch of people.
Yeah, I had to take that class. So,
boy, was I wrong, because that is not the speech I got.
So what did you get? Because I had to take that class.
Bear in mind that there is 25 people in this class that I'm in, and he goes, so here's your first assignment, and I'm like, all right, I got this, and he goes in, I want you to give me a list of stereotypes.
Okay.
And in his list, priest, pastor, lawyer, judge, and I can't remember the other two. He wanted us to give us our opinions of us stereotyping these people.
Okay.
The number one answer of everybody but me, because in my mind, pastor, priest, I guess I never would have looked at evil first. But everybody in that room all went with pedophile.
A few bad apples ruins the batch, unfortunately.
No, I mean not majority. Everyone but me wrote down that.
That's interesting because even with my joke I just had, I still don't even jump to evil right away.
Well, here's the other thing, pastor. I put down follower of the Lord.
Yeah.
This was what they put down. Forces Christianity down people's throats. Everybody.
Wait, was this a speech class or an ethics class? Yeah. That's what it sounds like.
This was speech, dude. Like I said, I thought that, this is what speech was. I mean, I'm like, oh, I'm taking speech. This is okay. I'm down for this. And like I said, it got really uncomfortable real quick. And the next subject was just as bizarre as that one. It's like I ended up quitting college after that because I realized that this is bizarre.
Do you know how bad it has to be for you to think something is bizarre?
I just could not believe what I was hearing from people.
Well, that just goes to show you just how screwed up society has become over the last couple decades.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not a great guy, but I don't see that stereotyping one person is covering it all. And that's where, and this is what they were doing. And he was like, oh, yeah, that's right. That's that. He was agreeing with what these students were saying. And it's like, what? You're sitting here telling them that stereotyping is okay. It is okay to judge a whole group of people as long as it fits the narrative. Anyways, back on topic. I just wanted to share that. But
Okay.
so back on the topic at hand. Sorry. So if we had to blame the college, I mean, there is the police obviously did interview professors and stuff, but how much digging did they actually do into the professors? It could have been a professor that had an estranged thing with one of them.
Uh-huh.
So,
Well, I mean, that is a theory. I mean, it's a possibility. I mean, there's been professors that's done a lot more for a lot less. So,
I mean, yeah, that's where I'm coming from. So, if the college would have, probably could have dished out some money, I guess, and paid off the cops and to cover up the professor. And
no, I'm not saying. Okay, that's going a little too far. I don't think Chief went to go that far into that.
well, I'm just saying. I mean, if we're going to cover bases, you might as well cover everything, and it's not far fetched. I mean, we have seen corporations pay off the cops to keep a guy out of jail if it's one of their top guys, one that makes $1 million in sales, for an example. And it's not wrong. We've seen it before. Embezzling, pretty much.
Aye.
So, yes, I did. So
What?
I'm just saying, I mean, you could take this 100 different directions to midnight.
I'm trying to figure out where the heck we're going with this.
Where I'm going with it is we have a guy that's sitting there. Their whole thing is on hearsay, on other people's testimonies.
And bushy eyebrows.
You have a witness that says it's him. Those are his bushy eyebrows. And the defense is going to tear her up. It's like you have a DNA on a knife sheath that you compared it to off his dad, who can send his DNA to ancestry.com. So, they have proven that
did
that's
you say
only.
That Chief said? Did you say that Chief said the evidence got thrown out, or
I believe they said it was circumstantial due to the fact that it wasn't 100% accurate. And when they wanted to rerun the DNA with actual DNA people, they were refusing it. So his defense did ask to have it removed. I don't know 100% if it actually did. So somebody might actually want to look that up. Game Fuel. What's up, Pixie?
So, Pixie, what do you think about the current situation of those Idaho murders? Do you even remember?
Did anybody look that up?
Huh?
Did you look that up by chance?
What?
The DNA
No.
thing?
No, I didn't.
I'll see if I'm going to be able to.
Alrighty, I'm back.
I honestly didn't know
I
you
had to go
left.
brush. Well, I have two teeth that have been bothering me, so after I'm eating big meals, like I had to go brush my teeth. So I was brushing my teeth. That's why I typed "yes, I did" in a banner. I go see the dentist in your guys' neck of the woods next week.
Dude, how? No, you know what? It's not my business.
We'll discuss that off stream. I already know what you're gonna ask.
Okay, smart mouth. What do you think I'm going to ask?
Something that we don't need to discuss on stream.
Fair enough. No, you're not wrong on that. So, Chief, recap.
So this is what it
We'll recap
says.
what we were talking about. What makes? Do you think that because we're
Right?
going with the school right now? Do you think the school itself, like, because Insidious made a theory? If do you think maybe a professor had a thing with one of these girls and then killed her, or is that really far fetched?
It's a possibility.
Well, it's
I've
also a
watched enough crime
possibility.
shows. Anything's a possibility.
Well, yeah, but I mean, do you buy it? Ew, damn, Pixie. Well, Pixie, they do tell you not to flush those things.
So it says here,
Pixie, I
the
don't even want to
method
know.
the method in question is when detectives use DNA found at a crime scene, run it through the family tree and public DNA testing websites such as 23andMe to see if they can find a match or at least a suspect relative. The same method was employed to arrest and charge the Golden State Killer Joseph D'Angelo in 2018 for crimes he committed back in the 70s. DNA evidence was recovered from the crime scene, we know this, by a K-bar knife sheath, which they never found the K-bar. Prosecutors argue while the process of IgG helped narrow the field of suspects, it did not point to Brian directly as a suspect, nor did it imply he had committed any crimes. State says no IgG evidence was used to obtain a warrant, is not part of a probable cause affidavit. According to the court documents, prosecutors say Koberger was first identified as a suspect after investigation found he was the registered owner of an Elantra, seen on multiple cameras driving around the neighborhood leading up to the times. The state says cell phone data recovered from the phone showed he drove from his apartment near Washington State. So, okay, I'm going to stop that because another report says the phone was pinged at his dorm room. Now it was pinged in the car with him. Make up your fucking minds.
Didn't we specifically have that conversation like earlier today about you saying that his phone was
Yeah.
in its own?
Yes, and I just read that yesterday. This is from November of this year.
What's the report?
This one here is by ABC. There's probably a reason. So it says that the DNA evidence was used to limit the field of suspects, and the state says they used DNA recovered from the sheep. Yeah. Just read all that. What the hell are we doing? But it was not until they pulled trash from outside of his parents' home in Pennsylvania and compared it to the arrest was made. The defense counsel argues the evidence used, including a family tree built by the FBI, the course of the investigation using IgG, needs to be turned over to them. In the latest ruling, judge agreed, sort of. Judge says the evidence needs to be turned over to the defense, and he will need to review all of the evidence with the prosecution so the court can decide what needs to be handed over and what does not. See, that's bullshit because you're supposed to share evidence in a case. That's a given.
Not if it's going to be thrown out, then the evidence is mute. But you're right. Any evidence has to be turned over to the defense by law. That's it's a Brady violation if you don't.
And now they're trying to say they didn't even want to hand this over. So what
That's prosecution misconduct.
the prosecution didn't want to hand this over. So what's in that DNA that the prosecution did not want to hand it over? That they knew
You
the
do
defense was
realize
lying.
that if they can prove prosecution misconduct, double jeopardy would automatically be attached, right?
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, they don't fuck around with Brady violations ever. That's what I mean. Do you want you have for? I mean, do you what? I mean, the quickest way for a prosecutor to get disbarred is don't turn over the evidence to the defense. That's 101 right there. I mean, shit.
So I don't know. I guess the thing I'm trying to understand is why is there so many different stories tied to this case? Like, and I just read their defense again. It's a bunch of people pretty much saying their side of it, how crazy he is, how I don't know. It's just like it's all put together, but again, this is all hearsay. Nobody really knows him but him.
I have a question for you. Could you? Okay, well, if this goes all the way, first of all, let's say he's found guilty. You know he'll get an appeal process, right?
Oh, instantly. I'm sure instantly.
And then the next question that I have for you is what kind of blowback will this little county get if it actually comes back not guilty?
They're gonna have to find the real freaking person. And it isn't the county you got to worry about. It's the FBI. They're the ones that rushed into this to make this arrest.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, a white Elantra that we had no blood in, no DNA in. And I'm sorry, a guy just slaughtered people. There's going to be blood in that car. Nothing I see here ties this guy to this case. Nothing. It's a white car. You're telling me you found no traces of blood on the door handle, no traces of blood on the steering wheel, no traces of blood inside the car. This guy just slaughtered 4 people. Come on, he's going to be covered in blood.
Especially if the crime scene is even half as accurate as they're telling us to be.
Yeah. I mean, come on. They're showing blood dripping on the outside of the foundation wall.
Yeah.
That's a lot of blood. But what I want to know is why weren't they not digging into the 911 phone call of people responsive with that much blood?
Recap that.
That was the initial 911 call. Why are we not investigating that 911 call?
You're not. Come on, man. The 911 operator didn't do it.
No, the person that called it in. Why are we not looking at the person that called this in? Does no one else find that thing whole far-fetched?
I mean, I get what you're saying.
I'm still confused on the whole "I didn't hear nothing" bullshit on the people that were in the basement.
Oh yeah, I was wondering that too.
Well, okay,
And then
actually, I was going to ask you guys that question because as everyone in this room knows, I'm not a drinker, but people in this room have been known to like their drink every now and then. Have you guys ever been so intoxicated that you literally were out to a point where basically a bomb could go off next to you and you wouldn't notice?
so
No,
oh, you would for sure. I mean, I don't know.
I've
I'm
been
a
that
little
drunk,
different.
but
I'm a
no.
deep sleeper, anyways. But means I'm a deep sleeper. Um,
And I'm not trying to be insulting here. I mean, I hope you guys understand that. I mean, I'm literally, I've heard how
well, that's what I
where
was
if
going to
you're
say. Is
completely
I'm a
out of
deep
it,
sleeper,
being drunk
Yeah,
or
we all
high.
know it.
but I'm a deep sleeper. So if I'm a deep sleeper, it will intensify. So it makes me sleep even harder. It affects everybody differently. But listen to this. On the morning of November 13th, the two roommates called friends over to their house because they thought one of the victims on the second floor had passed out and wasn't waking up. Police said at 11:58, a 911 call from one of the roommates' phones requested help for an unconscious person.
Okay.
Does anybody find that suspicious that they had to call friends over and then called for an unconscious person with how much blood was in the room?
Hmm.
Yeah, that's
Interesting.
kind of figured out.
Interesting.
When the cops said and the FBI made statements saying this was the worst case they've ever seen when they walked in, how the fuck do you get an unconscious person? And according to the cops, they said it's not related to being shocked like that. Like they said they supposedly couldn't remember what they seen. Oh, I would say that too if I'm guilty.
Well, I mean, well, trauma does affect everybody differently.
Trauma? You're telling me you cannot remember seeing your friends in a pool of blood and they just looked unconscious?
Fair enough on that. I mean, I'll give you that.
Yep, I overlooked all this. They just weren't breathing, officer. You missed the blood everywhere. I don't even remember seeing it. Of course, I would say that too if I'm a psychopath. Hey, that's a question. Did they look into them? Probably not. We just questioned them, but they didn't fit the narrative. All right, so I'm going to play something real quick. I don't know if you guys will be able to hear it or not.
Mm. Boom, 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 boom,
I'm
boom.
calling bullshit on that.
Yeah.
On what, brother?
What are you calling bullshit on, sir?
Did you hear it?
I did not.
And I can't share it, so there's that. But I can. Hold on.
Well, just give us the Reader's
I'm,
Digest.
I'm giving you the link.
Dude, I won't be able to play it without
Why can't you?
leaving the thing.
Just share screen it like we normally do.
All right, give me a minute.
All right, I'm going in the comments to pull it up to send it. So
Roger.
what the hell?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, it says you sent it back to me for some reason.
Mm. Damn it. It's not letting me copy paste it.
All right, hold on a minute. I might have to do this in private chat here. All right, I sent it in private.
All right, that's working.
Chief, can you remove those comments?
Okay. All right. While I'm doing this, might as well throw this up. Cover our asses while I do this.
Well, Chief, I got them all gone.
By the way, there's no point on playing that when it's in the opening video.
I did it because if I didn't, you guys would have seen like ads and stuff pop up, and I needed time to do the screen share. Otherwise, you know how the thing is when it comes to ads. All right. So can you see it?
Yep.
All right. I'm turning it on now.
Steve Gonzalez has told NBC News, and this has been the mystery we've all been wondering about. Why did the two roommates in the morning call the police about an unconscious person when there was apparently a bloodbath in their home? And this is
Watch
what
her face.
we are
She doesn't buy
learning.
this either.
That Steve Gonzalez may have told this NBC News outlet that you've got to remember these two girls were so upset that when they went outside after seeing this, it wasn't very legible. They couldn't quite understand what the girls were seeing. He's referring to the 911 operator trying to make sense of what these two girls are saying over the phone, but he's saying that they ran outside having seen something horrible, and then he goes on to say one passed
What?
out, and the other one was hyperventilating, that the message wasn't clear enough for the operator. This makes a lot more sense, that maybe those girls did see part of or some of the bloodbath in the morning and tried to call and could not get the message out to the operator. And one of them was hyperventilating and the other is passing out. And then they just say, hey, we got an unconscious person.
Huh.
Do not slam that.
What did you say, Insidious? You're muted.
I said I call bullshit on that. I mean, even her look on her face as she was reading it, she's like, I don't even know if I buy this.
Well, you know what? When you walk into a bloodbath of your friends and then you can tell other people how you'd react.
Yeah, I would probably be freaking out, but I think I would have some posure enough to call the cops and let them know there's been a murder.
Well, yeah, probably.
But the report was on an unconscious person. I mean, none of that said that she was freaking out. I have not seen a report that even suggests freaking out until now. That's what's weird.
I closed
They never.
it. I closed it so I can reopen it. Did you catch maybe when that report was made?
No.
Yeah, let me see if I can't figure that out. Let me just a second. It says. Okay,
It was on TikTok, so I don't know.
Yeah, I see that. January 6th, 116? What? No, that can't be right.
That's when they found it.
Yeah, they found it in the future. No, that can't be right.
Okay, so here's the thing I want to know. Okay. So they're off of what they seen, they were so frantic they didn't know what to say, but yet the same roommate remembered bushy eyebrows.
You are not letting the bushy eyebrow thing go, are you?
Hey, she said that she don't remember what she saw, but yet she remembers the guy with bushy eyebrows, but didn't remember her friends getting murdered until she walked in and like nothing told you I need to go check on my friends. There's a weird guy in the house. You wait until that early in the morning. Dude, it just don't add up to me. None of it. And if I'm an investigator, which obviously I'm not, but if I was, these are things I would be trying to piece together. And then we have a guy that the FBI just said, oh, well, he's close enough to the description. He's driving a Honda. He's okay. A lot of people drive Honda. So you're telling me because if I drove a Honda, I could be immediately suspected of murder because I was by the house at that time and I had the same car as the killer had?
Who knows?
And then all of a sudden, blam, oh, magic DNA. I believe with the defense. I believe that the DNA was planted 100%.
Oh, dear.
I'm sorry. They have nothing to this case. Nothing. It's all bullshit. Tell me.
Okay. Let me roll with the dice with you. What do they have to gain by planting evidence?
Shut it fast.
A conviction.
Yep, a conviction. Cut it quick.
Great. You convicted the wrong guy. That still doesn't do any justice.
I don't care.
Nope. But it closes the case and it's a solved one and they did it quick and that's all that matters. You notice.
It's been almost
All
a
right.
couple of years.
Let's say this. If this guy was guilty, 100% found guilty, no bullshit, he would already be on trial. They wouldn't postponed it 3 times. First, his initial hearing was supposed to be in July. They did that, and then the case was supposed to start around October. Now they pushed it back again to July of next year.
Hold it. I'm actually thinking about that. What benefit does... No. He could be guilty, and that's why he keeps getting pushed back.
No, because if he was guilty, he would already be on trial. There'd be no bullshit. They wouldn't have to keep looking for evidence.
Hold on. Let me think.
Okay, here's a point. There's a girl, and that's in Idaho, around the same time he was arrested for murder, that's already been on trial for killing her son just 2 months earlier.
No, wait, but my point is this. If you are not guilty, then the last thing you want is this to drag on any further than it is. So then you would use your Sixth Amendment right for a speedy trial.
And he did away with it. He said he didn't want a speedy trial.
So funny
Okay.
that that's where we
There
originally.
is something that I find fishy against this guy. What innocent person doesn't want a speedy trial and get this over with?
Because he's given, I think that was his lawyers, because they didn't at that point, dude, they pushed that arraignment. They didn't even have everything. The defense was, the prosecution was not working with the defense at all. They didn't want to give them nothing.
Then that makes it a Brady violation.
So they needed more time to get their investigation, to find out more. Need to know what the defense, the prosecutors know, because at that point they didn't even want to give anything. They just wanted to go to trial and get it done and over
You
with.
realize that they are setting this up for a lot of constitutional issues. They denied a speedy trial. They didn't turn over evidence, and so
Yeah.
if for some reason he is convicted and this goes to an appeal, all he has to do is scream constitutional violations, and this will get thrown out extremely fast. So
And-
it
and-
makes no sense.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they are not wanting to work at all. They are about determined. This is it. This is their guy. 100%. No bullshit. They don't want. They just want to hurry up and shut it. So, I think his lawyers are the ones that told him to, hey, don't go for a speedy trial because we don't have nothing. They're not wanting to work with us.
That's the
So-
problem. He needs to get a new attorney, because here's something else.
Do you know
not
how
the
many
defense.
lawyers he's got? He ain't got just one.
Well,
He's got
yeah,
3.
but no defense attorney that has a brain tells their client, "We don't have anything." No. The defense doesn't have to prove shit. It's innocent until proven guilty, not guilty until proven innocent.
This
we
whole
don't have
case has been this since he's been arrested. He's guilty since proven innocent.
And you're
Remember when he was first arrested? The murder suspect is under arrest. Charges are pending. They already had him guilty.
No. They said suspect. They didn't say convicted. They said suspect.
But if that's the case, why even bring it up? Just say a person that they are accusing. The accused is what they used to say. Not even it was the accused. Now we're just saying suspect, as in we have a guy.
Suspect and accused is basically the same terminology.
Yeah, whatever. Potato. Just sounds better when you say accused.
You do realize you agreed with me, right?
But accused sounds better, is what I'm saying, than suspect.
Honestly, to me, it doesn't. But that's your
Oh.
opinion, I suppose.
I mean, from a news outlet is what I'm saying. It sounds better. I don't know. I just don't see anything that convicts this guy. Nothing. Everything they have is hearsay from other people. They're going off of bushy fucking eyebrows and a cell
Yes.
phone ping that puts
Yep.
him around the time, and the fact that he drives a white Elantra.
Yeah,
That is
Chief.
all they have.
Chief,
Oh, and DNA.
we have to do a banner for every time he says bushy eyebrows. He gets like a smack in the face or something, like the Nickelodeon.
You know what?
Slime,
Don't make me go
the
get fucking
Nickelodeon
melons.
slime or something.
Don't make me go get melons.
Shut up. All right.
But no, you gotta admit, it's stupid that this whole case is on bushy eyebrows. The whole damn case. Their star witness is on bushy eyebrows. Who has ever got convicted over bushy fucking eyebrows?
Oh boy.
Chief did it. He has bushy eyebrows.
Nah, he has a bushy beard. I don't know if that makes that's the same thing.
So Pixie's having problems with her hot tub, huh? Okay, so what are you looking up there, Ghosty or Chief?
Not looking up anything. Just letting you do your rant right now.
It's not much of a rant. It's proven. I mean, why do you think he's guilty? If you think he is, tell me why.
I didn't say.
I said if you think he is, tell me why. This is just a conversation.
I don't. Okay. The only thing that makes him look guilty is the fact he's not wanting a speedy trial.
Well, obviously the judge isn't going to let him throw it out either. So there's that.
If they have no, why? Well, I mean, the judge cannot deny someone a speedy trial.
He isn't going to let him throw it out either, even if they did whatever
it's
he wanted.
illegal for him. It has to be completely up to him and his lawyers if he wants a speedy trial.
Exactly. So
I would know this more than anybody out of the three of us.
Only
Just
you?
saying.
Just you?
Have you been locked up?
Have you went to school
No,
for
but
this
you went.
stuff?
That don't mean shit. Meanwhile, while the two of them are me mugging the camera, for those of you that are unable to watch the All Elite Worlds and pay-per-view, the results will be on the bottom of the ticker on the bottom of this podcast.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to the thing. If he's innocent, he should ask for a speedy trial, force the prosecution to turn over what they have, and be done with it. Move on with your life. And if they got nothing, then the defense can go to the judge and say, look, they got nothing on my client that's worthy of even going to trial. That's why it's been pushed back so much, and we demand you dismiss the charges. That's your Fifth and Sixth Amendment right there.
Okay, did we ever find out why the felony burglary was there?
Because if he's found not guilty on murder, they can still get him on burglary.
Less of a charge.
Not if it's felony burglary. That's still a high charge. But you're right, it's not death. But here's the problem. They tied felony with burglary. That means they have to prove a felon happened during a burglary. And you can't prove burglary alone. It has to be a felony burglary. That's the problem with that charge. It's very, very direct. You can't prove one without the other.
Uh-huh.
So that actually might hurt them in the end. Unless they went back and charged him a third time just for the burglary, then that would get him on something even lesser. But hey, also, is he only being charged murder 1, or is murder 2 at all on the table?
Hold on, I'm reading. It's in here. I'll get back up there in a minute. I'm reading something at the moment.
Chief,
because I got World in on the computer.
Chief, I didn't catch what you said. Did you say it was all just murder 1?
I'm not sure. I can't look it up because I have World N on the laptop in front of me.
So, as of right now, after being indicted by a grand jury in May, Kohberger stood silent in court as the judge entered his not guilty plea for him. At the time, as previously reported, Kohberger's family told Peoples months before that they had fully cooperated with law enforcement agencies in an attempt to seek the truth and prompt his presumption of innocence rather than judge unknown facts and make horrendous exceptions. So as of right here, let me get back up. He's charged with 4 counts of murder, 1 count of felony burglary.
Murder 1?
Doesn't say. Just says 4 counts of murder. So I'm going to say he's being charged with murder 1. all 4, which he'll serve 4 consecutive life sentences if that's the case.
Not if they do death penalty.
Oh yeah, because they're wanting to do firing squad. They're not even wanting to hang him. They're going to straight give him a firing squad.
That's what they do in Idaho? Shit.
They're bringing it back just for him. Waived rights on to a speedy trial on Wednesday. After initially being scheduled to begin October 2nd, a new date for Kohlberger's trial has not been set, as it has delayed indefinitely. The judge accepted Kohlberger's waiver. Defense attorney Ann Taylor did not immediately respond. Request for comment on Thursday. The Lada County Deputy Clerk, County Clerk, confirmed to people that he signed the waiver of a speedy trial. Back in May, Kohlberger was charged with 4 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of burglary. So yeah, they're all first. This is what they said. What tied him is DNA and cell phone pings. That was August 25th that he did that. So let me try this way. I'm gonna hit I'm gonna hit Y. That's what I want to know. Why did he do it?
What? They got a motive up already?
That's
Sorry about
right
that. I
there.
just backed up.
Right there. I told you that was why. As for the latest decision to waive his right to a speedy trial, Kohlberger's defense attorney Taylor said that defense needed more time to present their case.
That's so stupid. Defense doesn't need to present a case if there's no evidence. Whatever.
So remind me again.
There's
what was
why.
it that was in the trash can in PA?
What?
Remind me, what was the blood? What was the blood on in the trash can?
What do you mean? What was the blood on?
What? It was on clothing or something, wasn't it?
No, they never found anything on him. They took it from his mom and dad's trash.
Okay, what was it? What was in the trash can?
They never said.
Then it was just his blood.
It wasn't blood. It was his DNA, which could be saliva. It could be anything. It could be sweat from his eyebrow.
Was the trash can at the curb or up by the house?
They went into the trash can and went through the trash at the residence of his mom and dad's.
Because if it's at the curb, it's searchable. If it's up by the house, it's not searchable because they have not disposed of it yet.
Last I knew, you needed a warrant to even do anything on people's property, and the trash can is still on the property.
Not if it's no. Chief is right about that. If it's already at the curb, it's legally been abandoned, and therefore it's fair game.
Okay, then let me argue that for a minute. Let me argue that because you know what? I had this argument here the other day with a cop, actually, and he told me I made a good point. You know why that is? I pay property taxes on that fucking curb. Therefore, it still sits on my fucking property.
Doesn't matter.
Okay, that don't matter, but yet if somebody, I set a TV outside, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody wants it. You know they can be charged with theft because they're removing it from your property, but yet a cop can go out there and remove it from your property? Bullshit. They need a fucking warrant.
Hold on. You have to prove with the TV scenario. If you're throwing it away, I mean, people pick up stuff off the curb of people throwing shit away all the time. Furniture, TVs, refrigerators, all the time. If you are legally abandoning it, they can take it.
No, they can't. Not in a Temwa, they can't. They will charge you with theft. You have to ask for permission from the owner.
Theft all the time. Yeah. Where was it? I think it was Iowa City. Someone got charged for taking something for their kid off of a curb, and they got charged because the people said we never said you could have it, and they got charged with it. The state of Iowa
Well-
actually passed a law that if you take stuff off the curb, you have to go up to the house, knock on the door, and talk to the resident and be like, "Hey, I saw you throw this out. Can I take it?" If they say no, you're not allowed to take it, or you get jail time.
Yes, and if you remember right,
Only-
Dave
you're
got
right,
told the
because-
same thing for
because-
taking pop
because
cans
of
out of a
them
recycling
water,
bin.
because people put shit there.
Remember that?
I know what you're talking about. I now know why. It's stupid.
Chief, do you remember that when Dave was taking cans out of a recycling bin? The cop said, "Did you have permission?" He said, "Well, no, it's on the curb." And he goes, "Doesn't matter. That's theft."
Yup.
So the question is, it's a gray area for the cops to do it, and the citizen can't.
Pretty much.
In my opinion, they still need a fucking warrant.
Yeah.
I'm looking it up right now. Give me a minute.
Why can I not remove these comments, Chief?
You have to go into Twitch or wherever you posted them to remove them.
Oh, I removed the main ones in here, but it's not letting me move any of these ones in YouTube or anything. Fuck it. I don't give a shit.
Oh, and tomorrow we are doing a pro wrestling talk. It's going to tie in with a 2023 year in review podcast.
I found it.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Okay, what's it say?
All right. So here's how it works.
How are you, Xcandex?
Governments have agreed that the rummaging in other people's trash is legal, provided it is in a public space, like the side of a road or the curb. Once you put your trash in a public area, you have forfeited all your ownership rights to the item since it's now on a public domain and you have considered abandoning it. When you discard your trash, you have no reason to expect any privacy. So if the police wants to search your dumpster, they don't.
Oh, we're doing all right.
But if your trash, but here's the thing, here's the catch. If your trash is still within your property or enclosed within a fence or something that sends a clear message of no entry, then it's illegal for someone to go through your trash. So there's the problem.
What is that, Iowa?
So it depends on where the trash is sitting. If it's sitting on your side of your property line, they can't. If it's sitting on the public side, they can.
Well, we're doing conspiracies of the Idaho murder case that went on over a year ago. Question, Ghost, is that Iowa law, or is
Or
that
federal
just,
law?
or is that
Federal
just
law,
us?
don't give two shits about that.
So
It
that's
did-
Iowa then.
It did.
But I wonder, but does that go by county or by city law or state code?
Actually, a good question. It did specify that.
My point, because each city can make their own rules and regulations as they go. So I'm wondering, Idaho, Maine. Well, no, because they weren't in Idaho when that happened. They were in fucking wherever the hell his dad was.
PA.
Yeah, so Pennsylvania. That's a big different area. I don't even know what to look up on that. But yeah, I mean, so laws go by code to everything. So it's kind of hard to actually know the law unless you are an officer of the law, because they have to keep up on all that.
Right.
Hi, paralegal. How can I help you?
Hi, paralegal. What?
I'm just saying.
He's a-
I'm just saying.
He went to school to become a paralegal.
Now he just needs to go back for another 4 years and finish getting that other degree so he can become a full-fledged lawyer.
Actually, I only need 2 more years.
So what the fuck are you waiting on?
Actually, 2.5. 2.5.
So what are you
He's
waiting
waiting for his hair to turn purple.
You got the money for it?
But
I mean, really?
but
You're going to pay for my law degree? Dude, you are
but
awesome.
I have a question with that. But
Oh, you think we could take it out of the Highway 34 account? That's even better.
I had a
No.
question about that. With you, the Air Force wouldn't help you with that at all.
I still have a little bit of my GI Bill left, but
No, that's what I'm saying. They wouldn't help you with that at all. I mean,
they would. But it's
If there's enough.
I have enough for a year and a half.
okay, but then you should be able to qualify for the VA benefits as well, where they would pick up the remaining.
Maybe.
Because you are a veteran at that point, so they
In
should
other
be
words,
able to
he's
pick
going
up
to
the
be
rest.
looking into this after this podcast ends.
I doubt it.
Dude, why not? You're that fucking close. Why not just finish out? And then you wouldn't have to do what you're doing now.
Because I'm having trouble getting actually in a law school because
Quit being picky.
I didn't do so hot in the LSAT. That's why. So
It
now
doesn't
I need
matter.
to find, that kind of does. They got to accept you, and unfortunately, the only schools I can get accepted are the hybrid classes, the hybrid schools. And the problem with the hybrid schools, the state of Iowa doesn't let you practice criminal law. You have to only practice federal law in the state of Iowa.
So what's wrong with the federal law?
Where federal law am I going to get in the fucking city of Ottumwa?
Actually, a lot. Actually, because no one here, I don't think, has it, which would be great for you. Because if you actually
They
had
don't
to take
have
on
it because it's not needed here.
if a person robs a bank, that becomes a federal fucking offense.
That's a state offense, not a federal.
But a bank is a federal.
Doesn't matter. It's in the state.
That's bullshit.
Not at the Federal Reserve.
We don't have a Federal Reserve in Ottumwa.
I'm just stating a fact.
In order for a crime to be
And the
federal,
rest
it has to
continue.
be a federal law. Like,
Okay.
like
Anyways,
immigration, maybe. I could do immigration law here. Some family
So-
law, but that's about it.
so let's recap. The Idaho house was tore down due to the college not wanting to.
I still say cover up.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought so, but they let the defense go in, so I can't say cover up anymore because that kind of narrowed that down. So they tore the house down so people could move on from it without having to drive by and realize 4 friends got murdered there. I get it. So looking in on it, I get it. They want this guy guilty, but I just don't see it. DNA evidence is really all they have.
That's kind of a big thing.
And it's probably
Yeah,
planted.
But why? And then that's what his defense attorney's pushing on because they're not wanting to let them rerun it in an actual federal facility to have it re-examined to make sure it is a 100% solid, 100% match. It's
Right.
only it's only
Here's the thing,
85.
it doesn't need to go to. You're doing this again. It doesn't need to go into a federal facility because this isn't a federal crime. It's only a state crime. Murder is
No, they're wanting it re-looked at on a government statute. Make sure they got the right person. And the prosecutor's like, no, it's DNA match. It's perfect. But even though they did bring in a DNA analyst who said that it's only 85% accurate, it's not 100. He wanted to rerun it and see if it's 100%. Because at 85% it could still be somebody else. It's not 100% accurate. He goes, how they work is they get somebody close on those family trees that they use online. He goes, it'll get close, but it's never 100%. He goes, if you're asking me if I'm putting somebody on trial for murder, I would want 100% that that's the right person. He goes, I would not want an 85% on there. But the prosecution, on the other hand, says that 85% is better than no percent.
You do know legally they can only go up to 99%.
I agree, even at 99, and that's pretty much 100. But
Not because you legally can't go to 100 in science. You legally can't.
I get it. I'm not saying you're not wrong.
Because there's like a lot of complications. Because there's always that chance. There's like a twin out there somewhere. Or whatnot.
Somebody knew.
I mean, could you just imagine Chief having having a twin out there? Oh, speaking of,
You need a smack emoji.
you know, what, maybe you guys should do that 23andMe DNA
Yeah.
thing. You know, see what you guys may have out there. That'd be kind of funny.
What?
Well, I did, and I found out I got a cousin nearby. It's kind of creepy.
Do we have any other conspiracies? Besides
None
the
that I
one
can
that
think of.
hacked Chief's phone?
Wasn't my phone, it was my PayPal, but yeah.
His PayPal got hacked into, and they spent over $50 off of it.
Oh,
Did you say cool?
no. I said, oh.
I
I
heard
had
cool.
food in,
I heard cool. I don't. Okay, Chief, what'd you hear?
okay, I have food in my mouth, so
Chief, what'd you hear? You're the
Oh,
tiebreaker.
that's what you have in your mouth right now.
I have them. Mhm.
I think that's a good place
Don't
to
bite.
end
We
for the
don't
night.
need to see Insidious crying.
Okay, we're ending it with that. Good night.
Wow.
But
I got
we'll
no-
do that.
Yeah, I don't have anything else.
Enough of that. Ghost, I was talking about one earlier. What was it?
No, we're not bringing up 9/11.
No, it wasn't that one. There's another one I wanted to bring up tonight that we
I've
talked
already
about.
told him no.
If I do that, I'll be on my own time.
Oh,
When
yeah,
I actually have a computer.
was it about the Lion and Cowboy game that's about to start in a few minutes?
It's already starting. It just started.
Oh. Oh, shit, it did. Yeah.
We are 8 minutes in, and Lions are up by 3.
That's not too bad.
Don't worry, it'll be 40-1 here soon. But never mind, we are at home, so Dallas will probably leave them at 3 and knock out 40 points, and it'll be 40-3, and then it'll be game over.
Uh-huh.
So if you guys don't have anything else, we can wrap this up.
Well, if you guys want even a shot at the number 1 seed, or at least the East's title, you got to win tonight.
I don't care. We'll blow it in the first round of the playoffs.
Well, yeah, but it could depend on whether or not you're a home team or a visitor team in that round.
Doesn't matter. We'll blow it in the playoffs. Brock Purdy got hurt again, so we might be able to possibly rule out San Francisco. Brock Purdy got hurt.
Mm-hmm. Oh, but I thought you said there's nobody on the mighty AFC side that can handle the Niners. Oh, wait. Ravens whooped their ass.
And then the Steelers came in and whooped their ass. What now?
Ah. When?
Last week, I believe.
That game hasn't happened yet. Because last week was the Steelers.
Oh, no. Steelers gave them their first loss. That's right.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Still, they lost to the dang Steelers. That says a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Anything can happen on any given day of football. You know that.
All right, this is not a football podcast.
No, it's not.
But the conspiracy is still at hand. Dallas will lose probably to the Lions and probably lose out, and then we'll go to the first round of the playoffs, and we lose out again. And then they go back and say, fire Mike McCarthy, blame him instead of blaming everybody around him. Perfect.
Come on, even you said yourself that Dak was having a good year.
Since you're talking about it, I went ahead and said change the overlay
Yeah, that's
for you.
what I said. Damn it, Chief.
Fucking A, now we're going into football.
There's nothing to talk about. We've already talked. Wait. There is something we can talk about. Chief hasn't done his predictions for week 17.
Well, go ahead.
Since it's kind of already started, it's kind of too late.
Not really.
Not really.
First game's right now.
Yeah, he's right.
Oh, this is the first game. I thought there was one earlier.
The Jet Brown game, but we can throw that out. So, do you think the Cowboys are beating the Lions?
Beating who?
The Lions.
Lions.
Cowboys, Lions. Right now. That's what's happening right now.
Yeah, because the Lions are too cocky that they're going to the playoffs for the first time in, what, 30 years?
Dude, if they make it, you do realize there will not be a Detroit left.
No. They won the NFC North for the first time in 30 years. Yeah.
And they've never been to the Super Bowl.
Nope.
So if they go to the Super Bowl, there will not be a Detroit left.
Okay.
Those fans are going to riot like nothing fierce.
Ravens.
I still agree with the guy from. I still agree with the guy from KRKN.
Nothing good ever came from Detroit. I know.
Except the. Never mind.
Except for the Ford that he's driving.
Shut up. I got no choice. It was either that or nothing. All right.
We're
Ravens,
both driving Fords. Hey. Speaking of that, you want me to add into this? All three of us are driving Fords. I drive a Mercury.
What do I got?
Hey, my
Ford.
Mercury in high school was badass. Thank you.
Fair enough.
But once we got rid of that governor, it was better.
You remember that one year I walked outside and there was a truck on a patch of ice about yay thick. No one could pull it off, not even a cop car. I get in my Mercury, hook up, I pull him straight off that patch of ice.
Yeah, I remember that.
Everybody was like, how the hell?
Chief. Ravens, Dolphins.
Hold on, I'm muting him since he's playing his game. Who?
Ravens, Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Patriots, Bills.
Bills.
Falcons, Bears.
Falcons.
Titans, Texans.
Texans.
Raiders, Colts.
I'm sorry, after they won last week, I'm going Raiders.
All right, let's get everything picked up.
I don't want to.
Panthers, Jaguars.
Where's it at?
Jaguar.
I'm going Jacksonville.
Okay, get it picked up. And why are the
Rams, Giants.
You already have these picked
Well,
up.
I want Rams to win, but I have a feeling Wait, they can't win shit anyway. Never mind.
All right, Cardinals,
sorry.
Eagles.
Cards.
Saints, Bucks.
Saints, because Bucks can't win for shit.
Niners, Commanders.
I want to say Niners just because Commanders still have a stupid ass name, but they don't have Purdy. But I'm still gonna say Niners.
Steelers, Seahawks.
If I go against my sister, I'll end up dying. So I'm gonna go Steelers.
Chargers, Broncos.
Bronx.
Bengals, Chiefs.
So I'm either getting pile driving by Sammy Callahan or getting yelled at by Headster. The Bengals have been doing some magic, I think, this season. So let's go Bengals.
And the main event for Sunday, because there is no Monday Night Football. Packers, Vikings.
Let's go Vikes. Fuck the pack.
Hey, stop it up.
All right, that's it.
Clean it up. I don't care right at this moment. It'll show.
Anything else you have to say, Insidious?
He's not paying attention.
Not really.
Holy,
Okay.
over here, pick up this stuff.
He getting muted again, so we don't get in trouble for his game, music, and commentary. Anything else you got to say, Ghost?
Nope.
Oh, Insidious, mute that for a second. What time are we doing our podcast tomorrow?
When we all wake our asses up, I guess, or whenever.
I'm thinking 7 o'clock tomorrow night, but that's just me.
Ollie, get all that stuff off the floor.
That was,
Okay.
Stuff.
um,
No, it's supposed to go there.
well, I'll just call you when we get done.
I think that's all I have to say. So, with that in mind,
We can end it. And
gotta throw this
We'll
out
be
there.
right back after a brief message from our sponsors.
That's right. The official sponsor of Highway 34 Connection, the podcast, is W Energy, a clean energy to help you be better. W Energy. Try it today. Hey, it's the Chief from Highway 34 Connection and Chief_streaming. Check out officialchief34merch.com for all your merch for Highway 34 Connection and Chief Streaming.
If you're interested in buying merch from Insidious_streaming, stop by my spread shop where you can find everything you want and need. Thank you and have a good day.
Now back to your live podcasting here at Highway 34 Connection.
I am Insidious. Thanks for watching this podcast.
This is the Ghost, and thank you for watching our podcast.
And I am the Chief. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great night.